$28 billion, gone, just like that. One of Europe's biggest automotive giants just saw its value evaporate, and investors are asking a terrifying question. Is this the beginning of the end for Stellantis? This isn't just about stock charts and analysts. This could mean factory shutdowns, massive layoffs, failed EV bets, and an all-out invasion from Chinese automakers that Europe might not be ready for. Today, we're breaking down how Stellantis went from unstoppable to on the brink of total destruction, and why this could signal a broader collapse of the European car market itself. Stellantis is not some small niche automaker. This is a global behemoth formed in 2021 from the merger of Fiat Chrysler Automobiles and France's Saw Group, creating a massive conglomerate that owns legendary brands like Peugeot, Citroën, Opel, Jeep, Ram, Dodge, Alfa Romeo, and more. At its peak, Stellantis was seen as the fourth largest automaker in the world, a transatlantic powerhouse with scale, diversity, and massive global reach. Analysts once praised the merger as a masterstroke, combining American truck muscle with European efficiency and design. But today, that empire looks far more fragile than anyone expected. So what exactly happened to wipe out $28 billion in value? The short answer: investors lost faith. Stellantis' stock price has taken a brutal hit as multiple warning signs piled up all at once. European EV demand has been weaker than expected, leaving dealers sitting on huge inventories that aren't moving. Profit margins are shrinking as price cuts become necessary to move vehicles, and the market is realizing that the transition to electric cars is far more expensive and uncertain than executives promised. Market capitalization collapsed as Wall Street repriced the company's future, valuing growth lower, risks higher, and execution doubts everywhere. This isn't cautious optimism anymore. Wall Street isn't just worried, it's running. But this crisis goes far beyond one company. Europe's entire auto market is cracking under pressure. Inflation has crushed consumers' purchasing power, making new cars feel like luxury purchases rather than necessities. Energy costs spiked after geopolitical tensions, hitting factories, suppliers, and logistics chains. At the same time, the European Union is pushing some of the strictest emissions regulations in the world, forcing automakers to accelerate EV transitions before the market is truly ready. Buyers are delaying purchases, waiting for better technology, better prices, or simply economic stability. The result? A massive slowdown in demand right as automakers are spending billions to reinvent themselves. And then comes the Chinese EV invasion. Companies like BYD, SAIC Motor, and NIO are flooding Europe with cheaper, tech-packed electric vehicles. These brands are offering aggressive pricing, advanced battery technology, and rapid innovation cycles that traditional European manufacturers struggle to match. European automakers built the modern automobile industry, but now they're facing a wave of competition that could rewrite the global hierarchy. This isn't just competition, this is disruption on an industrial scale. For Stellantis, the EV strategy itself may be backfiring. The company poured enormous capital into electrification, new platforms, battery plants, and software ecosystems, expecting rapid adoption. But Europe's EV demand has been slower than projected, margins on electric vehicles are thinner than on traditional combustion models, charging infrastructure remains inconsistent in many regions, and government subsidies are being scaled back or questioned. The question investors are whispering is simple but brutal. Did Stellantis bet too much, too fast? Internally, Stellantis also faces structural problems that investors can't ignore. Cost-cutting measures are rumored across divisions, factory shutdown discussions are surfacing in Europe, labor unions are pushing back, and brand identity is becoming increasingly blurred. Stellantis owns so many overlapping brands that cannibalization is a real risk. Peugeot versus Citroën versus Opel, Jeep versus Ram versus Dodge, Alfa Romeo struggling to define itself. Being huge can be an advantage, but it can also be chaos, and analysts are starting to wonder if Stellantis is simply too big and too complex to manage efficiently in the EV era. Even the US market isn't providing the safety net many expected. Ram truck sales are slowing, Jeep pricing has triggered backlash from consumers, and dealer inventories are swelling. Meanwhile, competition from Tesla, Ford, and General Motors is heating up, especially in electric trucks and SUVs, Stellantis' most profitable segments. Global diversification was supposed to be Stellantis' shield. Instead, it's becoming a battlefield on every front. Now comes the speculation that has investors on edge. Could Stellantis start selling off brands to survive? Could Alfa Romeo be spun off? Could Dodge quietly disappear from certain markets? Could Chinese automakers acquire struggling European assets at bargain prices? These scenarios once seemed unthinkable, but in the current climate, nothing is off the table. And then there's the worst-case scenario: massive layoffs across Europe. Government intervention to protect strategic industries. Entire brands shut down. The symbolic collapse of Europe's dominance in the global auto industry, a dominance that lasted for more than a century. History shows that automotive giants can fall faster than anyone expects, and when they do, the ripple effects hit economies, workers, and entire regions. This isn't just a Stellantis story. This could be the opening chapter of a massive global auto industry reset where old giants fall and new players rise at record speed, and the next few years could determine who controls the future of mobility, manufacturing power, and technological leadership in the automotive world. Because right now, the cracks are turning into fractures, and the market is watching every move Stellantis makes like it's a countdown clock that hasn't stopped ticking yet. And the deeper you dig into Stellantis' situation, the more unsettling the picture becomes. Analysts are starting to question whether the merger that created Stellantis was actually a long-term strength or a ticking time bomb. On paper, combining Fiat Chrysler and SA created scale, bargaining power with suppliers, and global reach. But in reality, it also created a massive bureaucratic machine with dozens of brands competing for the same customers, resources, and strategic focus. In the EV era, speed and clarity matter more than size, and Stellantis may be discovering that too late. There's also the software problem that nobody talks about enough. Modern cars are becoming rolling computers, and companies like Tesla and Chinese EV makers built their entire business around software-first platforms. Stellantis, like many legacy automakers, is still trying to retrofit software onto decades-old engineering cultures. That means slower updates, fragmented systems across brands, and massive costs to unify platforms. Investors see this as a structural disadvantage that could haunt the company for years. Supply chain pressure is another silent killer. Battery costs, rare earth materials, geopolitical tensions, and shifting trade policies are making long-term planning nearly impossible. Europe's dependence on imported battery materials and Asian suppliers puts companies like Stellantis in a vulnerable position. If costs rise or trade barriers increase, their already thin EV margins could collapse entirely. Then there's the political risk. European governments want aggressive decarbonization, but voters are increasingly pushing back against higher costs of living, higher electricity prices, and expensive electric vehicles. If policies shift or subsidies disappear, automakers like Stellantis could be left with massive EV investments and insufficient demand to justify them. That uncertainty is poison for investors, and it's one reason why Stellantis' valuation took such a brutal hit. The psychological impact on the industry is huge. When a giant like Stellantis stumbles, suppliers panic, competitors reassess their strategies, and governments quietly prepare contingency plans. Thousands of jobs across Europe depend on these factories, and entire regions are economically tied to automotive production. A prolonged Stellantis downturn wouldn't just be a corporate story, it would be a social and political crisis. And here's the part that should make every legacy automaker nervous. The market is rewarding disruptors and punishing giants. Investors are no longer impressed by scale alone. They want growth, innovation, software leadership, and EV profitability. Stellantis, like many traditional automakers, is caught in the middle, too legacy to move fast, too invested to pull back, and too complex to pivot instantly. If Stellantis fails to stabilize, it could trigger a domino effect across Europe's auto sector. Suppliers could collapse, competitors could consolidate, and Chinese brands could seize market share at an unprecedented pace. What started as a $28 billion wipeout could become a multi-hundred billion dollar reshaping of the global auto industry. And the next moves Stellantis makes, pricing, layoffs, brand restructuring, partnerships, or even asset sales, could determine whether it survives as a global powerhouse or becomes a case study in how industrial giants fall in the age of electrification and global disruption. And the scariest part is that we may still be in the very early stages of this unfolding automotive earthquake.